Hey everyone, it's Brett Hornby here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and even though I mostly talk sports and Calgary sports in particular on my YouTube channel, I also did like video games back in the day, and one of my experiments that I like to do, and I would say this is definitely an experiment, kind of like a Dr. Wiley experiment or a Dr. Light experiment, is I want to do some more ranking videos in the future. Especially being a sports fan, if you want to rank jerseys or players. But I felt that ranking the classic Mega Man games was definitely a nice way to experiment, as it was a nice round number from 1 to 10, and I definitely felt that would be a nice way just to see how it goes and maybe potentially get more viewers onto my channel and potentially subscribe. But what I made this video different is I called this the express version. I have the full version right here, where I show, obviously, the ranking of Mega Man games, but I also break it down to what I think are the top Mega Man games in the Classic Series, where I might rank it from 1 to 10. Well, in this version, I'm just going to show you the ranking, and then we'll get on to the closing thoughts. So if you want to see the full version, that's where I have everything in that card to rank everything. So, what Mega Man games do I have ranked from 10 to 1 when it comes to the titles 1 through 10? Well, let's find out right now with my Legend intro card. So here we go. So yeah, that's my ranking for my Mega Man games for 1 through 10 in the Classic Series. I would definitely say I'm in the consensus that most Mega Man fans who are familiar with the Classic Series would have to agree, but I want to put it out to you. What Mega Man games do you like the most, to the least? I mean, I put it in my list the way I put it. They're all great games, but I definitely liked some a lot more than others, and in the full version, I explain why I have each game, where I have each game, but definitely Mega Man was definitely unique on how they laid out the stages, how you can almost choose your own adventure. You're the boss, or you're the main character, you go with the boss, and you beat the boss, pick up their weapon, and then you use a weapon on another boss, and then you go through all the stages, and then eventually you get your way through Dr. Wily, and you try to beat him, and it's always satisfying to beat the Mega Man game with Dr. Wily begging and the closing cinematic scene, which definitely is very, very, interesting and definitely satisfying. And I just definitely loved how Capcom put it all together. And, what made all the stages unique was it was themed to the boss. And then once you get to the Dr. Wily, it had elements of all the stages in there. And then the fact all the music was awesome. As you saw on the list, I definitely loved 8-bit. I think Mega Man belongs in the 8-bit era. the most, and that's where I had it much higher up on the list. And it was definitely nice when they had Mega Man 9 and 10, that it definitely showed that he belongs in the 8-bit era. But this was just the classic series, titles 1 through 10, that I played the most, that I had the most familiarity with. So I'll ask you, what Mega Man games do you like the most? Where do you rank them? And see the full version if you want to see how I broke down each title. So as I say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, home of the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, and Stampeders, I mostly talk Calgary sports on my channel, and I do plan to do some more ranking videos in the future, as viewers like lists and debates. But I just figured that I wanted to have another ranking video in addition when I ranked Calgary Flames jerseys. But this was a nice experiment to play with, and kind of no pun intended, where Dr. Wily and his Robot Masters and Dr. Lake made his creation. That's just no pun intended, but it was just something I just thought of, and something extra to put in, because I did my personal vlogs, which is the other thing I do on my YouTube channel. I did talk about gaming memories, and then I also do have some attempt at comedy, and I also do share my experiences when I'm on the road or at a sport event. So if it all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, do follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey. You know what you need to do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I also have my other social media links down in the description below. I guess another thing I can close out, that it wouldn't be a surprise when I say that Mega Man belongs in the 8-bit era, and definitely had most of them at the top of the list. Well, when it comes to Calgary Flames jerseys, it probably wouldn't surprise you if you know me or watch my other content, or I would say my favorite jerseys are the retros and the originals. Well, it would be a surprise where I have those ranked on that list. So I'll just say go Flames go, and I definitely love Mega Man, blasting bosses and enemies, and always like to see Dr. Wily begging at the end, and for the cutscene, especially in the 8-bit classic games. It's definitely satisfying. So as I say, I'll see you in the next video.